Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. We're looking at Alchemy again today, and that is because I wanted to try out the Dragons deck again. So I made a Dragons deck in the last Alchemy standard that was based around Darigaaz, the Shivan champion. So this is a 5-costing 5/5 flying legendary dragon. At the beginning of your end step, conjure a random card from its spellbook into exile face down with 3 egg counters on it. So we don't know what it is, it's face down and random. It gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this card is exiled, remove an egg counter from it. Then if there are no egg counters on it, put it onto the battlefield. So in short, after 3 turns, we get the first card exiled from it with Darigaaz, and one or more of these goes on the sort of stack of them each turn. So after 3 turns, you'll start getting 1 card for free out of its spellbook each time. Each of them are decent dragons, in short. I don't go through them all. The ones that we're particularly looking out for are Terror of the Peaks. This thing is a game winner in its is no surprise. Oddly, the Black Dragon performs very well, which is the 7-drop 4/4 that gives a creature -3/-3. But yeah, anything from here really is pretty good. So that is what the deck is built around. The reason we're retrying it is because we're dropping Crucias in it. If you're playing Red and Black in Alchemy at the moment, you're playing Crucias. I won't go through this card again. Most of you who are watching my videos will know what this does by now. But it is a very strong card for tutoring up certain cards. In this deck, the reason that I like Crucias is that if we chuck a Moonveil Regent, which is our sort of mid-range costing card, we're likely to get either a Wrathful Red Dragon, a Darigaaz, or a Miirym, which are all kind of game-winning, game-ending cards. And if we chuck one of these two and go upwards, we are going to get ourselves a Miirym. So Miirym, the Sentinel Wyrm, is I don't think I put in my last dragon deck because it was off the Jund colours. But it's 3 and a Temur, so it's 3 green, blue, red for a legendary dragon spirit. It has flying and ward 2. Now that ward 2 can be quite relevant in games these days. Because things like, I mean, typically a 6/6 doesn't get targeted that much except by sort of black removal spells. But nowadays, now that there's Traumatic Prank floating around a lot on the ladder, that ward 2 can save you from this turning around and slapping you in the face. It's a 6/6, and whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary. So if we have Miirym on the battlefield, and we play Darigaaz, or we play the Wrathful Red Dragon, or we play Moonveil Regent, we're going to get 2 of them. That also includes the Fearsome Whelp, which is one of our ramp cards, and the Korlessa Scale Singer, which I'll come back to. So, you know, if we get 2 of any of these and a Miirym on the battlefield, we've pretty much won, unless our opponent's sitting there holding on to a farewell or something like that. So, yeah, this is basically going to be game winning, and the fact that we can search for it effectively with Crucias is very strong. What are we doing to get to this package? So, sorry, I should mention the Wrathful Red Dragon before I move on. So this is the 5-costing 5/5. Whenever a dragon you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dragon, including our opponent's face. So if you start to get multiple of these down, or even one of these down, and any other dragons, it instantly locks out red and green decks, because they don't really have any removal that isn't either fighting spells, biting spells, or damage spells, all of which you can then turn back on their face. The interesting thing about Wrathful Red Dragon is it can turn your creature-only damage spells, such as Dragon's Fire, into face burns to the opponent. It's not something that comes up often, but when it does, it feels great. So for example, if we have a Miirym that's a 6/6 and a Wrathful Red Dragon down, and our opponent has 6 life left, but they have blockers, or they're even just waiting to destroy one of our creatures, we can, in response, Dragon's Fire our own creature. We choose a dragon that we control, and we choose Miirym. We target our own dragon, and we then reflect that damage onto their face using the Wrathful Red Dragon's ability. So that is something that does come up every now and then. In addition to our 4 Crucias, I'm running 3 Rivaz of the Claw. So this is a 3-costing 3/3 that adds 2 mana in any combination to cast dragon spells. That is because we are running a 4-colour dragon deck today. So I want to make sure we've got that flexibility as a mana rock, but also it lets you cast dragon spells from your graveyard, and that is not to be an overlooked bit of text. Almost everything in our deck is a dragon apart from Crucias. So yeah, this is actually like pretty good. If our opponent removes, especially some of our cheaper dragons, we can get them back. And then the Fearsome Whelp, oddly enough, it turns out to be a good little chumpy blocker when you've got a Wrathful Red Dragon around, because any damage dealt to it, you can bounce back at them. So we've got these two to ramp us into our late game things. We've got 4 Fearsome Whelp, which is the old school 1 and a red dragon, 1/1 flying haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, each dragon in your hand perpetually costs 1 less to cast. That includes if we're casting them back from our graveyard with the Rivaz, which is a nice little interaction. We're then running 1 Korlessa Scale Singer. So the reason that I'm only running 1 is I'm just testing it out. I don't think it's amazing, but because we are going for the green and blue in Miirym, we can now play this. It's a 1/4 legendary Dragon Bard. It's also legendary, which is why I'm running 1. I don't think we ever want multiples of this. You may look at the top card of your library any time, and you may cast dragon spells from the top of your library. So this is going to help us find some extra cards if we run out. Obviously, we're not expecting to run out too often, because we're running 4 Moonveil Regents. Now, as a refresher, for those who don't remember, this is basically a bit of a takeover card, because this is a 4/4 flyer for 4, which isn't a wonderful stat, but it's okay. And then whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw a card for each of that spell's colours, and we have 3 colours on both of these dragons, and we have 2 colours on all of these. So if we're holding no cards and we cast any of these, we're drawing 2 or 3 cards and refreshing our hand, which is super powerful. It also have an extra ability where it does X damage when you target when it dies, where X is the number of colours among permanents we control, which is obviously up to 4 in this deck. So I feel like this is quite a good frame for the Moonveil Regent. Our bottom end, really, apart from these 2 ramps, are 4 Dragon's Fire for removal, 2 Abrades. I feel like Abrade is very important if you're running a red deck at the moment, because being able to take out the clocks it can be game changing from Rusko the Clockmaker, but also this could kill the Clockmaker, so it kind of works both for those, and also obviously against mono red decks this is nice. Speaking of mono red decks, we're running 1 Parasitic Grasp. This is a 2 costing, deal 3 damage to target human creature and you gain 3 life, or pay 3 and it can do it to any creature. So the reason that this is quite good is there are actually quite a high prevalence of good humans around at the moment. Especially Crucias, Titan of the Waves, is a human. So we can target Crucias for 2 and gain 3 life. We can also target Rusko for 2 and gain 3 life. But also, you know, any other mono red things. And then 2 cut downs just to get us there. So this is for mono red pretty much exclusively. I am running 4 Secluded Courtyards. Often we will usually be, we'll be normally naming Dragon with Secluded Courtyard, but note, occasionally, and I think in this video you'll see me name Human so that we can play Crucias, so it's something to watch out for. Don't get to turn 3 and realise you can't play Crucias because you named Dragon with the Courtyard. Then 4 Ziatora's Proving Ground and 4 of Xander's Lounge, because that gives us, they both give red and black, but one gives blue and one gives green, and then hopefully that combined with our Courtyards and our Crossroads should mean we'll have no problem playing our 3 colour dragons, and then we've got a kind of hybrid of some tap lands, but we're mostly focused on red-black, as obviously if you look at the colours of the deck, we are 30 red, 13 black, and then only a small handful of green and blue. So that's the deck. Let's have some fun games, some dragon games, and see how we get on. I think it's going to be a fun one. Alright, here we go. Time to rain some dragons down upon them. Yeah, this looks good. We've got some untapped lands, 1 tapped land, and then some fun stuff to do. This is the fable of the mirror breaker for the old alchemy meta. Like, if you're playing these 2 colours, you're playing this card. Like, that's what we've learned. And since we're playing the 2 colours, we're playing the card. What is this? What is this? Do we think it could be the Jukai Liberator? Nope, it is not the Jukai Liberator. Let's say dragon. Do we whelp? Yeah. Could have killed Rahilda, but to be fair, as long as it hasn't got double strike, it's not too powerful. And the life for Rahilda is going to get a lot worse if we are allowed to keep a whelp. I mean, giving them that is quite bad. But, so, do we now kill Rahilda? Do we draw Crucias? Probably Crucias, right? Yeah. So let's do like this. And we will discard our land. because we're going to have 4 mana to cast whatever we want anyway. And we've got about a 50% chance to draw another one. So okay. That is okay. What would have been bad would be Traumatic Prank, which doesn't look like they're running. So we got away with that turn, I reckon. And we've got a land anyway, so we can now cast this and hold up Dragonfire. I don't know if we should hold up Dragonfire. We should probably just kill this. In case this is a Titan of Industry or something. I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, and we'll take Korlessa. Now they're going to struggle to attack. They could attack just to try and get the big dragon. This one. But we've got good blocks. Okay, they've managed to flip these, so we can double spell this turn though. Okay, Crucias down, but he's done his job. Let's put this on green. Oh, we should put it on blue, I mean. Whoops. Yeah, so we can double spell without that. So we'll do like this, like this, like this. Take action, get 1 card to replace it. These are going to flip back, so we're not too worried about the threat. I think this one's looking pretty good. Just got the right level of removal here with the Dragon's Fires. GG. Flyers, werewolves versus dragons. I don't think that is a fair fight. Let's dragon. Okay, Samuel. Are we going to play against some Esther or some Rakdos yet? Let's see. No untapped lands, but we're on the play, so I'll just get going. What are we against? Not mono blue, surely. No, probably Dimir if it's running that. Okay. Yep. So it's going to be a clock maker game, whatever it's called. Okay. 1, 2. They'll have removal for that, unfortunately, but we've got to get something for them to do, otherwise, yeah. Okay, nothing for us to do. Do I regret throwing the land away? Maybe. Could have been a bad choice. At least we can respond to the clockmaker. I think we'll just discard that. I mean, the thing is, there's cards in our deck that are not very good to them, like Dragon's Fire. Even Abrade isn't good, Rivaz isn't good. Ugh, come on. There is the clockmaker. Let's get rid of him now. I'm going to reveal just in case there's some weird buff or like, I can't think there is anything, but I'm going to play this hopefully next turn anyway. Okay. We have got a lot of tap lands in this deck, but I didn't want to draw them all right now. Oracle, yeah. And is that a third piece it together organically? Yeah, not even returned any from the graveyard. 3 in the top 8. No, not top 8, top 16, sorry. Alright. Moonveil Regent will attempt to play. It may well get killed, yeah. But at least we're getting lowish. I've never understood why it makes you target with 0 damage, but never mind. The reason it's important to kill this Clockmaker is that obviously it does the 1 damage drain, but also it adds the counters to the clock quicker, which is just really bad for us.
When I win, I'd love feedback on which spell impressed you the most.
So we can give them a Fearsome Whelp if they mine us. In fact, we've got pretty good creatures in there to give them with the Whelp and Rivaz. They don't really want either of those. Alright.
I am the master of the dead here.
Have they still got a card from us in their hand? Maybe a dragon? I don't know. Even if they do, they won't be able to cast it with blue and black, will they? And it gives them they can cast with any colour. That one gone. And we'll discard this and save Rita. Midnight Clock is doing pretty well. We have got the Abrades in the deck for that. There's only 2, but we may find one.
Since I have a new rivalry.
Yep, you can have the Rivaz.
Only a little necromancy.
It's not the end of the world to me. Okay, so we'll ditch that with Crucias. Play this out if we can. I'd like this to resolve, and I'd like it to survive until the end of the turn, but... Oh, good. See, I don't ask for much. They're going to get quite far through this clock. That wasn't an Abrade, sadly. 9, 10. They could finish it in their turn if they want. At least if they do, they won't have lots of mana. Oh, they could have 3. Yeah, they'll have to have 5. 6 even. If they'd have tapped the clock, which no one ever remembers to do. So 5 it is. 6, 7. They actually got the 2 colour jets that they wanted as well. Moxes that they wanted. It's a bit frustrating, but I think it's going to have to be this one because this is our way of restocking our hand. Just don't have any more plunders, for God's sake. Why do I have a feeling that they might have... Because they're only one piece together off of another turn, so I'm feeling like that might be coming. But we'll see. I mean, they'd be unlucky to have drawn 7 out of their... what is now a 7 or 69 card deck and not get one. And Samuel, what are you doing? This is proof, though, that drawing 7 isn't game over. I mean, you can come back from this. Out Darigaaz, fine. Get him for 2 and then take another turn. Yeah, I thought so. Or get him for 5, sorry. But with only 2 cards in hand, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. Okay. Can't bounce any of your creatures. They're all mine. I mean, one of them's a conjured copy, maybe this one. Let's put that in blue. No, yeah, doesn't matter which colour. It's not bad, actually. A good card to play after playing Regent. Can we survive long enough for these dragons off of Darigaaz to come in, I wonder? So we take 4 this way. If we double block this, we'll take 4 as well. But this way we lose nothing, so we're not going to do this. He's realising, as I just realised, that he'll be able to play the Whelp from the graveyard because of Rivaz. Rivaz? Don't know how you say this name. Keep going with Rivaz. I'm still 1 turn off getting either of those. So we're going to go to 1 at best case. Unless we play this, that could reveal dragons. The only dragon that's worth revealing to us would be a Whelp, because we can't play anything else with 3 mana. I think we play this, don't we? So if we ditch this and go, so all of our removal is 2 costing, so we can't actually find any of it with Korlessa. We don't want to ditch it. So have they got a finisher? They might be getting one out of our deck now. Just got a land from us, which they've cycled. The nice thing about having such a large deck is that your card quality is poor. Well, they didn't attack, and we've got Terror of the Peaks. Sadly, a land off the top. Oh, I should have Crucias for my land. What am I doing? Just not thinking. I'm sure there's so many things they could top deck that will win them. Clockmaker, because that can do damage through creatures. Going to get another random dragon, which is going to be able to shoot them. So 5, we've got 14 here. That one gets exiled, 4 damage. Okay, we'll actually then I'll let it Crucias that way. So we're only 1 turn off being able to win, so there's no point attacking. So if we attack with all these, they have to block, but we're then putting ourselves at risk of just them killing one thing and attacking with the Rivaz. And no point attacking with one thing. And we could find something helpful here. Not helpful, but never mind. We just got to rely on them top decking badly once more. Okay, they draw. Mox Pearl is not going to help them. Whew. That was a close one. The Darigaaz got us there, but didn't feel that deserved. Let's try another one. Alright. Wizard 2002. And no. That was way too expensive. We can keep this, just throw away the Wrathful Red Dragon, as it is our sort of late game option. Going first, we'll play this out. Probably people think we're playing like Rakdos Anvil, which we aren't. Goblins. Okay. As long as they play the Runvelt one now, we get rid of Dragon's Fire, we're 1 up. They are playing it now. There we go. Boom. Get rid of that, and Crucias next turn. Got a battle cry off the top. Lucky. Play this and say dragon. Play Crucias. Throw away land. What will he ever learn? Well, the thing is, we kind of need this little combo in our hand. I'm already up to 4 now, so I think it's safer this game. And that's a good pull against a red deck. Red doesn't have many ways of getting through the Wrathful Red Dragon. It would be nice to be able to play that next turn. So, do we be greedy? Don't see why not. So we can throw away our Moonveil, go lesser. So if we draw, well, we can play with Rivaz, but if Rivaz dies, we can still maybe play this with a land pull. Do we want to block that? Not really. But we don't want to go to 11 really either. No, we do want our blocker. Although I guess if we play this we get 2 blockers. Goes to our graveyard to play anyway. And this way we can actually afford it. We're living life on the edge, but we don't need those whelps, they are just there to block. To chump. We can kill a couple of things off, Crucias and Miirym. And then if we get 2 Wrathful Red Dragons down, we are golden. As long as our health doesn't get too low. I was about to say, Goblin Influx Array could be pretty nasty for us because they can find a Brash Taunter in that, which is one way of actually coming through this for them. Why? I don't want to use my blocker really. When I've got a treasure to use. We'll throw away the Crucias so we can play that. Oh, sweet. They're like, oh no, not 2 of that. It's so hard to win as red, and that's what makes this a winning deck in Alchemy. Good against red. Okay. Next game. Gone there so far. Bit of a messy hand, but it's alright. Red, black. I mean, the Korlessa could be handy, given that we don't have any other creatures. So let's put this on green, shall we? Oh, that doesn't give blue. Why did I put it on the wrong colour? Because I am a moron. Mardy. Well, we'll get rid of that. This is probably going to be a send from Avernus or whatever it's called, where you resurrect your whole graveyard deck. Okay, we'll put something down for them to deal with. 3/3 Menace is not bad. Extraction Specialist. Okay. Yeah. Could just be a Serra Angel deck. Or, yeah, could be. Okay, let's get this in. Play one of those. Play one of these. And we'll throw away a land. We did have a Darigaaz on top, so I was tempted to almost not see it, but oh well, we might find something else on top with the Korlessa. Kind of want to see what our opponent's doing with this deck, because at the moment they're just faffing. Okay. Okay. That's not the end of the world. We won't be blocking. So if we play this and we throw away the other land, we'll be able to play Abrade with our 2 treasures. Got another Rivaz, so can play our Korlessa out of the graveyard once we play this. Isn't this card just fun? This is just fun. You just get to play with all these funky dragons. I mean, who doesn't love that? Not to mention not knowing what one you're getting. It's just fun. Okay, they're making a sack Darigaaz. That makes the Rivaz even more handy. I should have killed this with the Abrade in response, but never mind. We need the treasures to be able to play something out of our graveyard next turn. So if we play this, we'll only have 4 mana, so we could still play the Korlessa out of the graveyard, but then we're taking another hit from that thing, maybe. Okay. Yeah, fine. Don't think we're going to need that. Another Darigaaz. Another extraction specialist, so they can make us tap something else. And then they could play another one and tap the other thing, but thankfully they still only have this to attack with. Don't have a way of dealing with this many creatures, but then 2 of them can't attack. That's just annoying, but let's do 3 damage to this, because that one doesn't free up something else to attack. Yeah, okay. Play that off the top, but that's not too helpful. Maybe it is. Next turn we get our first Darigaaz trigger, which could be nice. And that it will be nice. If we survive a turn, that is. Hopefully they can't tap down 4 of our creatures. But you never know. So they can resurrect, they can bring back 1 Evangel from the graveyard if they can specialise Lizelle Black, which they have done. Could bring back Crucias for themselves. I don't think that they will see tapping down Darigaaz as a great idea this time, because we've got other blockers. But maybe they will. Long game with Crucias. Okay. We'll go block this, I think. Crucias dead, but had to die eventually. Interesting. So we're getting a dragon. It's an Innerstone Predator. Ooh, got a Moonveil Regent on top. So we'll still be able to play the one in our hand. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just let it play out for Rivaz. Then we've got a cut down as well. Yeah, fine. Got to start doing some damage at some point. That on top isn't that helpful, but this is a card that you have to remove in these grindy games, so let's see if they do. So this is discard a card, sack a creature, tap it against indestructible. Okay. Okay. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. So that is just Korlessa and the Whelp, is it? Remove that as our option to buff. Okay, so we can block with the Predator and do them 10 damage, because Liza will smash into the Predator if we sack something, and we could sack our Darigaaz knowing we're getting it back. Well, no, I mean we got another one. No point trying to exile all of these Sigardian Evangels, or is there? There's only 3. Maybe we'll start getting through them. Crucias down. One of these down. Gonna have to exile this Darigaaz from my hand now. At least we'll be able to play one out of a graveyard. No, not that one. But for this one, yeah. Don't really need a Juggernaut. One more land could be good. That is a perfect blocker, so we will just attack with this, I think. And then we get 2 more of these coming up soon. God, this deck is grindy, man. Oh, come on. Give me my Moonveil Regent back. I mean, what we really need is a Miirym, but we can find one with the Crucias. You want to kill off some more of your creatures? No. Terror of the Peaks, perfect. Decline. Ah, there's a Miirym as well. How much? Hold on, 8. We've got 18 damage in the air, 19. No. So hold on. 19, 20 damage in the air. Can we cast another 2 damage creature? We cannot. Okay. There's so many dragons and the Lizel, but there's nothing to specialise it with, so they can't get anything back. Good game. And a demanding dragon. Deals 5 damage to you unless you sacrifice a creature. Oh man, it's really kicking off. GG. No chance. Never a doubt in my mind. Never a doubt. Okay. J-Bells. See if this deck's going to take us all the way to the numbers. You say that and then you start losing horrifically, I know, but... Blue-black again. Okay. Let's just put this on black and scry. I don't think we're going to need... Can't actually cast that, so... I don't think we're going to need cut down against blue-black. No. Okay. So we're going to have to put this on human. Otherwise we will not be able to play Crucias. And we'll put the other one on dragon. So we can get a turn with Crucias at least. There's our Miirym. Nowhere near the colours needed for that though. Only got 2 any colour. We need another round of Crucias ideally. We've got a cut down for that when required, but now is not when required. That is lovely. So, let's attack. And then I think we'll just play the Regent. Maybe a Whelp and then go lesser. Good chance of a land. That'll give us 6 colours for Miirym. Okay. I may be overthinking it when I think opponent missed 1 land drop, maybe missed the 2nd. GG. Alright. Next game. On the draw again, but this is actually a bit of a better hand. Couple of ramps, 1 removal, and then something good. Can't ask for a lot more than that. Okay, mono red. We could ask them not be against mono red. That's what we can ask for, but we're not getting it. We're gonna get beaten down. It's just whether we can survive. Okay, it's goblins. Takes them a little longer to get going sometimes. Just need to be able to kill the Moonveil. If they play that now, ideally? No. Okay, we'll get rid of this. Fable. Should we go lesser to try and find removal? Everything cheaper is removal apart from lands, but there's only 7 left in the deck and 21 lands. 25% chance of getting removal, whereas if we go greater, anything except a Miirym is good. You gotta love to see it. That's painful. At least it means we're probably keeping our Crucias. And they're going to struggle to prank the Miirym. It'll cost them 5, but I suppose they've got 5 for next time. There is the Horde Master. And now we've got 1 creature that can't block. Throw away a Fable. Oh, so they've got an influx array, because that's pretty much the only thing more expensive, isn't it? Oh, we don't have this. Why did I think we did? I'm stupid. Okay, we are getting removal next. Dragon Star, which we need for the Horde Master, or we're in serious trouble. Ooh, we could be in serious trouble anyway. That is looking very bad. Because they can copy the Horde Master, which is what I would do. With the reflection, that buffs everything. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, we did lose. That was painful. That was painful. Just a red beatdown. Next game. Dean Blast. Okay, on the play, this is probably acceptable. Unless we're against mono red, but they mulliganed. I don't see many mulligans in Alchemy because it's a fast format. Most decks are quite low curve. There's not much call for mulliganing. I used to see it all the time when that horrible combo deck was around. What was it? The Trap Finder, a Serarak. Oh my god, I do not miss those days. You had to be completely geared against that deck to beat it. Why are my headphones playing up? Raffine's Informant. This could be the Alf. Yeah, it's the Alf deck, I think. Alf being one of the players who always reaches number 1 on the ladder. He often brings out Alchemy decks, and he's just released on Twitter yesterday an Esper creatures deck containing Zac creatures and a Send from Avernus, so I suspect that is what we're playing against here. It is a little bit removal light, so if we can fly over the opponent, we could do okay. I mean, this is its one removal, and they've got 2 of them in the top 11, so at least it does replace it in our hand, though. The thing to remember playing against this deck, though, is that removing their creatures tends to just help them in the long run, because they're going to ascend them all back to the battlefield. Don't you find another polymorphist? If they do, we're just fucked. To use the formal term. Thankfully not. We'll just block the most powerful thing. Goal at the moment is just to stay alive. Have they got any humans? Yeah, just the one. So we can combat trick them with that. Gains us 3 life. Oof. Not looking good though, is it? A bit too much removal, possibly. Gosh. If that last card is a Send from Avernus, we're in some real trouble. I guess, yeah. Okay, can't really handle that under pressure. We didn't get any lands either, which doesn't help. GG. Next one. 98 green. Let's be on the play. Good. And we've got some of our early removal, which is even better. Should we put this on green? Yeah, probably. Ooh, that's decent. If we can play that and it stays alive, we are laughing. Chance of it staying alive is small now, but it's going to be a shock on our poor whelp. Yep. I say shock, it's always play with fire these days. But same card pretty much. So we'll play red, and we need to find more land. That's not land. At least we've got some early game stuff to do. So let's cut that down. That is land, but not the land we need. So we can Dragon's Fire the outcast before they attack. Play with fire to our face. Let's just scry for a land themselves. They didn't find one either. They did find one this time though. Big spender. That is okay without this around. It's only a 2-1. It actually looks weirdly a lot less threatening. I'm a little bit worried that as soon as I drop any of these nice dragons, they're going to be turned around and I'm going to get slapped in the face with them. With the traumatic prank, but I can't not play them, so we've still got enough life to survive at once, so okay. Enthusiasm I can live with, because still only 2 more damage to us. And get 1 egg on the go in case we do need it, and this is a nice pull. This is the matchup we have it in here for. It's worth 3 life to us and remove one of their creatures. Okay. We have to block. They do get a treasure and maybe a land in that top 2, and then maybe something to kill Darigaaz with. But they're out of cards. We've got 1 egg on the stack. And yeah, we've got some cards to buy ourselves time. Yeah, no need to mess about with that. Cool. There's our last land for Miirym. We'll just kill whatever creature they play. No, they're not interested anymore. Not once we start getting these eggs. GG. Alright. Boss. The final boss probably for this video. Ugh, it's just a bit slow, isn't it? But let's hope we can get it done. Blue. It's always blue. Dimir. Cut down is a nice addition to this hand. Esper, so maybe it's what the Esper deck we played against Alth's one. Yeah, looks like it. Slightly better prepared for it this time at least. Got a Crucias, which is nice. We'll throw away a Crucias, go greater. Another Miirym. Okay. No problem, let's do 1 more. Right. Gig. Playing against a numbered player as last. This is the true boss. This is alright, apart from the tepid nature of our first 2 turns. And it's mulliganed. I was just saying it doesn't happen very often. It says even the players in Magic the Gathering are here to just prove me wrong permanently. Go on, give me an untapped red. That is 1 more tapped red, but we'll take it. What are we against? Esper? Fine. I'll accept a cut down. Just want to be the same Esper deck again. At least we've got a backup Darigaaz. I mean, they're probably going to take the Crucias. What? I do find that hard to believe, because you're giving me a spare card to throw away. I do find that amazing. Why they wouldn't take the Crucias there. Tritane Diviner, thank you. And we can get rid of it before they get the extra card. So before this ability goes on. Because obviously that would seek them an extra card, which we want to deny. We can attack. And then throw away one of these and go... If we get Greater, we know we get a Miirym. So we'll go Greater. It could be the Polymorphous or Wyrm, no. Just stuck in their graveyard a bit there. Yeah. But with Miirym down, people don't like that. Because double Darigaaz, double Wrathful Red Dragon is going to cause problems even with a stocked graveyard. Yeah, tap it down, but as long as you don't kill it. Now the graveyard gets stocked. What we don't want to see is any obscure polymorphists in there. So far so good. I think we probably had our use that of Crucias. Oh, of course it's not the right colour. Yeah, we'll attack. Puts them in quite a dangerous position with only 9 life. Although I suppose a Guardian Evangel would finish us off here. Yeah, so 7, 8, 9, 10. Sadly, didn't really think that through because this is the only thing they can't tap down. Whoops. Misplayed to lose the last one. It is what it is. Okay, let's have a little look at the stats for this deck. So, I've played 30 games of this deck now. I actually played this one more than I would other decks before recording a video on it, and that is because I wanted to see if it was actually any good or not before making a video. Because the thing about these tribal dragony type decks is they're not necessarily good. But I would say that 70% over 30 games, now no one can say that's just a lucky run. Like, this deck is actually can compete. The things that we're struggling against, Anvil decks, that is no surprise. We're not doing as well as I would like against red, but that is due to the lack of the life gain. We need a little more life gain, and also because the Traumatic Prank plays so well against us, because you get, if you end up with one big flyer down when they're just reaching their peak, then that's going to hurt. But you know, that's not the end of the world. We're still a winning deck against red, which is what you have to be. And everything else we do quite well against. This new Esper deck, yeah, we're struggling against. C'est la vie. It's it's built by the #1 player, so it's not too surprising. So it's something that we could gear against if we see more of it. Put some graveyard hate in the deck, a little bit more, maybe some board clear. The Dragon's Fire, the one that does 2 damage to all creatures. Non-dragon creatures, not Dragon's Fire, Dragon's Breath I think it's called. 2 damage to all non-dragon creatures at instant speed for 3 could be an option. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Often with these new decks that are like have high win rates, people play them for a while and then they go out of fashion. So let's see. Anyway. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. Any deck that has Darigaaz Shivan Champion in it I find fun, and I think Crucias is just a great addition. You can always search him up if you want. You can search Miirym up, and these two combined into a little 4-colour deck, like what is not to like. So thank you very much for watching. I'll try and do a new video soon, and there may be some slight improvements to the videos coming, which I'll leave you waiting in suspense for, but rest assured some improvements are coming. So thank you very much again. I'll see you next time.